Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth and final race I did at Indianapolis last week during week 11. Going to look at the qualifying results now, and as you can see we managed to qualify on the first row in second place. Even though I've done better qualifying laps this week and in lower SOFs, somehow managed to put it on the front row. So for this start, it's going to be very different than what I'm used to. There's no cars ahead of me to gauge off when to go, so I have to look out to my left to see when Makoto, I think is how I pronounce his name, goes. And as he goes, we just look ahead as we're about to hit the wall, but manage to avoid it. And slot in behind into slipstream of the pole sitter into turn one. Taking it nice and easy, there's no need to start trying to battle or make moves at this point of the race. Through turn two, we get really close, get pretty nice run. Was thinking about just sitting on the left hand side out of the slipstream, not making a move, but with the run we got, even without a great slipstream, we managed to go up the inside of turn three. A bit jittery, a bit nervous at this point of the race, being fighting for the lead. It's the first time actually fighting for the lead this week. But Makoto manages to keep the lead as on the run down to turn one. I had a good run, but the caution is called for the first time. On the restart then, a bit easier to see when to go this time. I can just focus on looking ahead and not risk hitting the wall like I did at the start. And as the pace car comes in, Makoto goes straight away, kind of caught me by surprise there, but we're still in the slipstream. We don't get overtaken by Fran behind us, and we've managed to stay in P2 for now. Through turn one, taking it flat out this time, obviously after gaining some confidence from the previous race I've done. And through turn two, just like on lap one, we get a really good run with the slipstream, and this time I took right into the slipstream and slingshot past into P1 for the first time this week. We're going to be leading the race. Through turn two, through three then, first time going through a turn really, with clean air, managed to be able to take it completely flat out as on the run down to end lap 5, start lap 6. Makoto has no interest in sticking in second place. He goes straight back into the lead, into turn 1, down the inside. A good move by the driver of the blue and green car. Through turn 2, get a bit of understeer, a bit of wash. Don't get a great run onto the back straight, so not going to be able to make a move into turn 3 on this occasion. Even though we close up a lot, we back off and stay in second place for the time being. Since we're not coming under any pressure from behind, there's no real reason to overtake for the lead unless we get a good run like we have on this occasion out of turn 4, and we're going to get the lead back before we even cross the line, so that could be important to remember come the last lap of the race. If we get a good run, manage to find ourselves in second place, we can overtake on the run to the line, but that's a good few laps away now if we get into that situation. Down the back stretch again, Makoto, he looks to the inside, but he thinks better of it this time, slots in behind. There's no real reason in going for the lead at the moment, unless you're going to be coming under pressure from Fran, who is in third place. But on the run down into turn 1 then, Makoto once again decides to go for the lead. As you can see in the mirror, third place is really catching up on us. He's right in this battle too. A little bit of a gap back to fourth place, but with the slipstream here, really anyone that's in the top 10 really is in a position where they could make a couple of moves and be in the fight for the win. But on lap 8 then, on the backstretch, caution is called and we're going to make another restart from second place. And speaking of that restart, on to the end of lap 11, so halfway through this race as the pace car pulls in. Makoto, he doesn't go straight away this time. Decided to leave it a bit later and he gets a little bit of a jump on us. Fran behind gets a much better start than we do, and he's right up behind us on the run into turn 1. Just like the last restart, flat out through the first turn, and Franny gets a really good slipstream through there. Luckily for us, he doesn't decide to make a dare move into turn 2. He's on the back stretch now. in the slipstream of Makoto. Probably wouldn't have wanted to make a move here, but if I didn't go for first, I was probably going to end up being in third. So better to get track position, because if you're in second, then you can have the slipstream on first place who doesn't have a slipstream. But if you're in third, the car ahead of you has slipstream as well, so you're not really going to be able to take the lead. As in the turn one, Mikoto, he wasn't coming under pressure from France, so decides to stay behind us in second place for now. As into turn two, a third caution at this race is called, and now we're going to take our first restart from the lead of the race. So coming to that restart then, I didn't really have much of an idea of what I was going to do. Not really much experience of these restarts, so just making sure to maintain safety car pace. And I decided to go early because Makoto behind, he was a good half a second back from us when I decided to go. So I took that opportunity to just put the foot to the floor and be free and not being challenged into turn one. And in fact, Fran, who was in third, managed to get a jump on Makoto into turn one. As we fast forward now from lap 17 onto the end of lap 18, as you can see in the mirror, Fran has managed to catch back up, and he's going to go down the inside into turn one to take the lead of this race. And start of lap 19 now, this is when you kind of want to be in the lead of the race, because if a caution is called, then that would be the end of the race and the final finishing positions. So on the back straight then, going to straight away re-challenge for first place. I decided to try and go for the outside, but the gap that was there kind of wasn't really there, so I had to back out and going to try and set up for a good run out of turn 4, which we get, and we're going to use the slipstream to pass Fran just like he did to us on the last lap. On the inside down into turn 1 to take back the lead with 2 laps to go. You can see in the mirror there's a big train behind us, so there's a lot of cars in this fight for the lead. And if you look at the standing on the top left, you can see there's no gap bigger than half a second all the way down to P6. As on the run down to turn 3, Fran down the inside, taking back the lead for now. As on the exit we get really close, we get a good run, have to really back out of the run we got into turn 4. And that means that we're not going to get a really good slingshot on the main straight, but we still managed to pull to the inside and take back the lead, kind of side by side into turn 1, but with the inside line and better momentum we managed to take back first place. And now this is really where the games are going to start. Ideally, I wanted Fran to pass me either here or on the run into turn 1 so that I could get the slipstream into turn 3 on the last lap. As in the mirror, Fran and Makoto were going side by side, but the driver of the white and red car managed to keep his position in second place. Through turn 4 now. As I said, I was hoping that Fran would slingshot past me here and take the lead, but as you're going to see clearly that he has the same idea as me. He does not want to lead this on the last lap on the backstretch, as we saw in the Real Indy 500. Pat O'Ward taking the lead into turn 1 and Newgarden re-overtaking him into turn 3. So on the exit of turn 2, straight away we go defensive, weaving to the left and weaving to the right, trying to break the slipstream of Fran behind us, but he gets a good run into turn 3. He looks to the outside as I defend the inside. We're side by side through turn 3, he gets a good run on the short shoot. He should carry more momentum through turn 4, and I knew I was going to have to go defensive straight away, so I go straight to the left hand side. Fran doesn't try and take my slipstream, and because of that we come across the yard of bricks to win at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Well done, Ken. Great win. You deserved that today.
So as we look at our replay now of that run to the line, we're through turn 3 at the moment, and before we even got to here, I knew what I was going to do. I was going to stick to the left-hand side to the pit lane wall, and as we freeze it here, I think that if I had took the normal racing line and drifted out to the right, then Fran would have got the slipstream off me and he would have been able to slingshot past. But as we roll it forward a small bit, you can see I stick to the right hand or the left hand side. Fran doesn't follow me for some reason, which I really don't understand. There was definitely room for him to just get a bit of a tow there, get a bit of extra speed. Because you can see the extra speed that Makoto there in third place managed to gain just by being in the slipstream on the run to the line. So if Fran had done that, I think it definitely could have been a different story in this race. So looking at the results then, P1 less than half a tenth ahead of Fran in second and the top three covered by less than a tenth. Good gain of IR nearly at 1.6k and good gain on the safety rating as well. And nice way to finish this week at Indianapolis with a win with the Indy 500 special event coming up this weekend.